you now, Apu.
Thanks for that, Apu.
Mayor, I think the clerk is on now.
Okay, are we live and ready to go?
It appears so.
Okay, I would like to call this meeting to order. This meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the township website. I would now like to ask for a moment of silence for those defending our freedom, near and not so near. Thank you. Madam Clerk, can I have roll call, please?
She's muted.
Okay, I'm not muted, am I?
You're live now, Linda. We can hear you.
Mayor Capides,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Here.
Committeewoman DuBois,
Here.
Committeeman Huber,
Present.
Committeeman Kaiser.
Present.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are certainly in unprecedented times right now. I would like to thank Apu Mullick and Joe Voorhees for putting all this together from our technical aspect. Right now, we are on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, and our regular television channel. And again, we appreciate your patience and we appreciate all your help in putting this together. As always, I'd like to start off with a couple of announcements. First, for our Union County Testing Center, as you are aware, our testing center began on Monday. And obviously, there's been a large number of residents attending. And so the county would like to speed up that process. Just a reminder, you need a valid prescription. Only those with a prescription can be tested. But if you email your prescription with some vital information, vital statistics, name, address, phone number, etc., and you email it to covid19test@ucnj.org, it will speed up the process and someone will reach out to you from the county and give you a time. The testing center is open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5. And please note that people with existing appointments will be seen first. And just so you are aware, we're going to post that information on your website and on our social media page. So you will have that information at your fingertips in order to go. And that's going to be open daily from 9 to 5. To give you just a retrospective of where we are as a community, as of 2:30 this afternoon, Springfield had 7 positive tests. Union County has 189 positive tests and 2 deaths. The state of New Jersey currently had 846 new positive tests and 17 new deaths, bringing the state total number to 3,675 positive and 44 COVID-19 related deaths. 35% of these cases are between the ages of 30 and 49 years old. And as of this morning, New Jersey has become the second highest number of corona cases of any state in the country, behind only New York, which has more than 25,600 cases. Also at 4:30 today, our health officer informed me a 86-year-old Springfield male who was admitted to the hospital 2 weeks ago for underlying health issues passed away today. He also tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. Our municipality is at a limited service capacity, and Mr. Basicolo a little later on will tell you specifically what that is. The township employees possibly exposed to the virus reported last week came up negative. And as of right now, there are no known unsafe conditions anywhere on any municipal property at present. We are closed at the directive of the governor's orders. Just to go through real quick, some updates for you. Again, essential services only are open. They include grocery stores, food banks, pharmacies, medical marijuana dispensaries, gas stations, auto mechanics, repair services, pharmacies, convenience stores, banks, hardware and home improvement stores, laundromats, dry cleaners, printing and office supply shops, pet stores, stores that sell supplies for young children, and mail and delivery shops. We had some questions about this. Nail and hair salons are closed. Landscapers, they are considered essential and can continue to work. As for daycare facilities, there is no closure mandate. Daycare providers may, of course, close if they wish, but can stay open if they choose. Restaurants may continue to offer takeout and delivery food. Garbage and recycling collection will continue as regularly scheduled. Our jitney service is closed, and our parks and playgrounds are closed. And I know that there's been a number of reports of residents and children playing at these parks. If you see anything, please dial the police, let them know. They will be consistently on patrol, and if they just happen to be by, or if you call, they will ask those people at parks to leave. The official modeling is very clear. This is going to be a long and enduring process, and we must take this very seriously. It's imperative that we are vigorously practicing social distancing and isolation. Stay home. We're far from the woods, but I'd like to thank our municipal employees, the secretaries, clerks, supervisors, first responders, OEM personnel in the health office, local utility companies, county, state, and federal representatives. It certainly has been an all hands on deck situation. As far as communication goes, definitely thanks to Jen Law with our media updates. And as I said at the top, Apu, Mullick, and Joe Voorhees, who are responsible for this meeting as Zoom and broadcasting on a regular outlets, along with being on the phone twice a day with our administrator, John Pasicolo. I've also been on the phone many times with our Business Improvement District, Mike Scalera. Thanks to him and his team, who'll be also updating as we go on this evening. And lastly, but certainly not least, the fellow Township Committee members work selflessly to help our fellow residents through this entire process, and will continue to do so. That concludes my quote unquote report. I just want to open it up now to any other Township Committee member who would like to share anything that they're working on, any updates that they have on anything going on to inform the public about what's coming up over the next couple of days and weeks.
Let me ask a question. John, is the senior jitney still operating?
Yes, we've got that running. I believe they have to call in to schedule it, and Adam has that running. He's on, so he can comment if he wishes.
I just want to be sure with the seniors, because, Mary just said the jitney. I want the seniors not to get confused. So, okay.
I could just add, normally we only take calls for 1 hour a day, and we schedule the whole day. Right now we're accepting calls from 8 o'clock until 4 o'clock. We will make a pickup. We'll make a delivery at any point during the day.
All right. Thank you.
Can I jump in regards to the seniors and piggyback off of that?
Sure.
Okay. So many people, you guys probably already know, because we've all talked about it. One of the projects that Adam and I and Margaret Bendrowski, who's the president of the Seniors Club, have been working on is just a way to keep communication open with our senior population during this time. We have about 22 volunteers right now that are making calls on a daily or every other day basis to about 185 seniors. If anybody, I all talked about it. If anybody has a senior that they would like us to contact in town or would like to help volunteer, we have an email address set up, helpspfseniors@gmail.com, or they can reach me through my township email address or my committee woman Facebook page. And we want to make sure that anybody who wants somebody to reach out to them gets that opportunity. So if you know a senior, even if they don't necessarily go to our senior program, we will still reach out to them. So I just wanted to make that known to everybody that's paying attention to the meeting today. Thanks, guys. And thank you, Adam, for all your help with that.
Anybody else on the township committee have anything that they want to share or contribute? All right. With that, the last announcement that I have is the Kite Festival scheduled for April 4th has been canceled, and I encourage all of you, no matter what the event may be, to just call and confirm, especially with county and township events. A majority of almost everything is closed or canceled. So please just make sure you call ahead and make sure that before you go out somewhere, that again, essential travel only. So just make sure you call ahead for certain events. With that, I want to move on to the administrator's report. Mr. Basicolo, do you have anything to share?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Good evening.
Yes, I'd like to just bring up a few things. We had a meeting on the 12th for our downtown standards, our first meeting. And what we decided really is that this is the people that we brought together. This is their vision of what they think Springfield should look like. Our planner will take those comments back. He's going to put some paperwork together, a kind of a report, bring it back to us. It's going to be an ongoing living document that we're going to have to live with, keep making changes to until we get to a point that we're satisfied. Then we'll bring it to the committee. So that'll take us a little while, but we did start that, just to let everyone know. We also had a meeting with the Gomes people on the sidewalk on Caldwell, and we've been involved. I want to add, what they're going to do is they're going to put Jersey barriers along the wall on the outside on Caldwell Place. They're going to support that wall with some additional 2x4s on the outside again on Caldwell. We're going to remove a sheet of plywood on the Mars Avenue facing Caldwell side. We're going to remove another sheet of plywood at the very end. Mars Avenue, come out down the street at Caldwell. So that's where we are. Planning board, when they're going to meet now, we had a call off the 2nd. I think they're scheduled for, Jen's not on. I think it was the 20th is the next meeting.
20th.
That's going to be what will be on the agenda with them. I would like to discuss quickly what we're doing with offices. On town hall, on a daily basis, I've been in, Linda has been in, Mary Ellen. We also have our building department. We're alternating between Denise and Maggie. So our building department is still issuing permits and that type of thing. We're trying to keep construction going. Our other departments are checking in on a regular basis. Our tax collector has been in. Our CFO, Diane, has been in. There's several others that have been in. Jen has been in numerous times. So the point I want to make is we're up and operating. If anyone should have any questions from the public, they can certainly dial our offices. Also, all of our phones have been forwarded to our cell phones. So if someone's not in the office, it will ring on their cell phone. They'll be able to get the person they're looking for. Our DPW, they've been working every day. They've been cleaning basins, doing the regular work that we normally do. We're trying to make things as normal as possible. We got to keep the town running. I also want to say that we were planning on doing some of these things, and this proved to be an opportune time. We wanted the library cleaned, and we've spent 4 days in the library cleaning it. We've done the rugs. We've wiped down all the surfaces. So the library is looking great. We also did town hall, and we were over at Chisholm today. The pool, we started opening that today. We have to go on the premise that the pool will be open. So DPW is up there today. Should anything change, that's okay, but we can't fall behind and not be able to be open on time. And I do want to say, Adam has been working with myself and Diane on the budget for running the pool. He's made some significant changes, and I think we're going to get our budget down to where hopefully we're in good shape. So Adam, thank you for the help on that. Ruby Park, the fence is going to be installed on the 30th is the game plan right now. I will let you know if anything should change. Robbie and I and Adam will be over there on the 30th to talk to the fence installer to make sure that it's going up as we decided. The bleachers have been moved, and I don't know if we ordered the netting yet. I will have to check on that. But once the poles are up, we need to talk to the installer about how the netting needs to be installed on those poles. And I think that's all that I have for the moment, unless someone has a question.
Hey, John.
Nope, no
Uh,
question.
Really quick, just in regards to any redevelopment going on, is the construction inhibited for them to continue through this period?
No, and in fact, if you look, I mean, Charlie over at across the street at SPD Sale has been working. He shored up Walnut Court, and I now should have all the lines moved, so he's able to start putting up his foundation. So we should see that happening shortly, unless something else crops up. But as far as we know right now, he's good to go. Now, Saks has not gone before Milburn Planning Board yet, so nothing further has happened there at the moment.
And John, just to reiterate, residents can still call the regular numbers that they're used to in Springfield for all the offices, and they will get a live person and it will be picked up, correct?
That is correct. And if they have any problem there,
And also Zoom, and people are using those.
yes, we installed 2 drop boxes, one at Town Hall, one at the Annex. So anybody has to drop off taxes or anything like that, you can drop it off at Town Hall. I empty those boxes twice a day. The Annex also has a box, and Chisholm does as well. So again, if you need a permit issued or anything like that, you can drop off or pick up an application. We will open up the vestibule to allow you to go in and pick up an application. You can fill it out and then bring it back. So we're trying to keep things, again, as normal as we can.
So even if people need to see somebody in the lobby or drop off or pick up, if they have to sign anything or anything like that, is that possible through either the drop box or the lobby area? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if they need something, if something has to be signed, they can drop it off, sign it. We'll go out and we'll get it at the lobby. As I said, at the Annex building, yes, we'll have the door open so they can drop it off on the inside if they let us know that they're coming. Right now, the door is locked. So if they need to get in, just give one of us a call. You can call the building department or any one of us, not to have human contact again, of course, but if they have to pick up an application or drop it off, we'll make sure that that's accomplished.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Do we have any other questions for John?
John, spring seems to be coming pretty quick. Did Robbie have any mention of what we were going to do with, grass collection and everything else for the people? Do we have any idea of that yet or not yet?
Yeah, and I think Robbie is actually with us tonight somewhere in one of these boxes. But yeah, things is far available because, again, if we get behind, it's going to just bury us. It'll be a snowball effect. So yes, the pickup of curbside pickup of the leaves and the branches and et cetera, grass clippings, will go according to schedule.
Okay.
And I'll have Robbie, we'll put something out on that, Chris.
Okay.
I'll ask Robbie to write something up. We'll put it on the website.
All right. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Can you just announce to the public about the Q&A function? Because you're getting some questions that you probably want to go through the process that Mr. Dowd established.
Sure. Just a reminder for all of the public who would like to participate in the meeting today. We are participating through Zoom. If you go to our Facebook page or go into the email that you received earlier today, there are specific instructions on how to access the Zoom program and the application, as well as meeting IDs and links. And as soon as you are able to log on and click in, you would be able to talk to Apu and get confirmed as a participant. When we get to the open public comments portion of the meeting, you will be in a queue and you will be announced, and your microphone will come on through your phone. You can talk to the participants of the meeting, ask your question. We have, obviously all of our supervisors on hand as well to answer anything you might have, and then we can continue from there. The only thing that we're amending, so to speak, in terms of the regular public comment portion is we're just, for the sake of the topic and time and the platform that we're on, instead of the 5 minutes, we're minimizing that to 3. But you can have all of those 3 minutes that you wish. But again, instructions were either put on Facebook, emailed, through a variety of our sources. I certainly sent them out myself, and I know other committee people did as well. But the instructions are quite clear. Just log on to a computer, and you would be able to, or you can dial in by phone. There's also a phone number you can use with a certain PIN. Dial that number. I think you have a choice of 4 or 5 numbers, but the PIN is the most important part. You dial in that number and put in your PIN, and you will be connected to this meeting. Apu will be on the line to get your name and your street for the purposes of our record. And then at the public comment portion, you can speak to everyone here. All right, before we pay bills, I would like to jump to part C in our report, and that is Mike Scalera and the bid. I asked Mike, and again, we've been talking. This has truly been all hands on deck, and I've been talking to Mike quite often. And I asked Mr. Scalera, just because there's a lot of information that's going on, and just because obviously the local businesses in a town is the heart and soul of our town, I just asked him if he would join us tonight, and he was very gracious in saying yes, just to give the public and our employees and just everyone here just an update on how we're trying to revitalize our local businesses, some advantages you could take as a local business, some opportunities, some publicity things they're trying to do. And I'm very glad and honored that Mike was here to spend some time with us and share with the public what some plans are for the bid. So Mike, the floor is yours, and thanks
All
again.
right. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate it. I'm also online. Scott Seidel is the co-chair of the bid. So we're going to kind of do a tag team on this in regards to what's been happening. We'll keep it brief, but I want to thank you, Mayor. Again, we had our monthly bid meeting this morning. Obviously, we were all talking about what's going on in the environment, but specifically within Springfield. We had Dave Barnett, we had John online, Chris Weber, and again, my co-chair, Scott Seidel. Up to this, we've been very proactive. We do realize from a business perspective, and myself, I'm really involved in the community in regards to hearing. We've got our ears on the ground, what's happening with the businesses. And we focus really on the eateries because they live day by day. And as soon as they're shut down, it really becomes a complicated issue for them. I went out over the past week, I probably hit 20 eateries, and I actually sat down with them for 15 minutes to about a half an hour, seeing what we're not too sure how long this is going to play out. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 2 months. Obviously, the longer it is, the more they will suffer. But so we're urging and asking all the local residents to really support the Springfield eateries. Now, I'm heavily involved in Facebook, and I see you guys are doing just that, which is fantastic. But again, if you can help them out, stay in Springfield, support them. They are saying you guys are being absolutely fantastic in doing it. We also want to get, from a business perspective, get away from the eateries, even though they're included in this. A lot of what's going on with the loans and the grants. They haven't been officially announced, but we have a few ideas in regards to whether if you're a family, you're going to get a $2,000 check, $1,500 check. The loans out there, can you get up to a $2,000 loan? And if anybody knows any more of that, but that's where I'm really focused in. And then unemployment. We're getting the professional businesses where they have 40 employees, 10 employees, 5 employees, where the employees have to be laid off. So we're really focusing on that from that perspective. And as soon as that comes out, I've asked my executive director, Beth Lipman, to really follow that so we can get the information out to you. And we will put it out on the Springfield Bid Facebook page, all these ways that you can apply online in order to get all these grant monies, these loan monies, or unemployment. I do have an employee that's under the unemployment scheme of it, and she's been trying to get on to unemployment, and it's very, very difficult. So it's almost like toilet paper and hand sanitizer. You can't get it. So we're just dealing with it day by day. That's our focus in regard from the businesses. But we're also doing, I know I have a conference call, State of New Jersey, Scott and I do, coming up this Friday, I believe. So I think we're gonna get a lot of the information from a business perspective on where they can get the loans, the grants, and how they can survive, because that seems to be the biggest issue with the businesses in Springfield. Other than that, so here's what we're doing. We've reached out to all the eateries And we really focus, and we're not discarding any of the franchise eateries, but it's really the mom and pop core where they live day by day. So what we're doing is we're doing gift certificates. We have a $25 gift certificate we're asking them to give out for $15. So you go to, I'll give you an example, say Sophia's or T Pizza, and you want a gift certificate, you go there, you could buy a $25 gift certificate for $15. So that means the eatery or the place you're going to has to eat the 10. Well, the bid is paying that 10. So no money comes out of their pocket. So you go there, $15 you pay, and then we'll pay the $10 to the eatery. So it costs them nothing. So again, we're trying to promote and generate people to go out there. I believe, and I'll confirm on this on Facebook, we're gonna have this finalized within the next 24 to 48 hours. We have a listing of all the eateries that are involved in this gift certificate program. There's a $25 gift certificate for 15, and the bid is gonna pay the 10 difference. So it's not costing the eateries anything. Scott, you're online, correct?
Yes, Mike, I'm here.
Yes, Scott also came up today in a way that we can help the seniors. Again, we have the monies with the bid. We want to elect the monies where we can help them also. Scott, I'll pass this over to you in regards to what we plan on the seniors with the bid.
Thank you, Mike. What we're doing with the property management company for Independence Way is we're going to, the bid is going to split $25 gift certificates with them, one for each unit at Independence Way, and they'll be handing them out to each resident over there. So that's a program. We're just working out the details of whether we're going to get individual gift certificates from the different restaurants and they'll hand them out, whether it'll be a generic one that'll be good at any restaurant. We're trying to sort those details out in the next day or so, but that's a project we've already committed to it at the property management company, and we've committed to it at bid. So those will be $25 certificates, one to each resident there, and it'll be no cost to them.
Yeah, zero cost. So the bid and the property management company are going to pay for these gift certificates for them to get, so it comes nothing out of their pocket for the seniors, because we're really, and again, these gift certificates, they'll be good as long as they, I mean, once we get out of this, if they can't get out of the house and get to where they want to be, at least they will be available to them, for a long period of time.
Or they could use them for delivery now.
Correct. That's exactly it. We will be on the gift certificates program that we're putting out for the $15. It will list all the eateries that are involved in it, and we will also be putting whether they do takeout or they do delivery. So you guys have an idea. I did see somebody on Facebook post on that he's doing a program where you can add on an eatery specifically where they do takeout or delivery. Again, I just want to, in Facebook, we're really involved in Facebook and we want to promote everything, but we have professionals here. There's 10 of us online right now. We have a complete beat, and thank you, Mayor, again, for really getting everything out, that if you have a question, reach out to us first. Because again, sometimes Facebook has opinions and people can get out there and it's really half truth in regards to what's happening. But again, utilize Facebook. We're telling the businesses to use Facebook as much as possible to show that you're going out of your way to help people, and that's what it's all about. Just a couple things off the cuff. Tax filings, obviously, is July 15th, and corporate filings are 6/15. I've talked to a few professional accountants in Springfield, and they're asking if you could do the filings before that. Obviously, you could pay then. This way, they're not jammed out in June and July in doing it. So just be cognizant of that. Also, the other thing we discussed is rent relief. We understand some of your businesses will be out of business for a month, a week, 2 months. Talk to your landlord. I'm a landlord, and I'd be willing, if my tenant wasn't in, and obviously I'm a smaller business landlord, to give relief on that. So it's up to your landlord to make that decision, but have that discussion, and you'd be surprised of whether they'd be saying, we'll take half, or maybe they won't even take at all. In regards to just off business, Taste of the Town with the Rotary has been canceled. And Wawa, as you can see, the construction is continuing on that. And they have a ribbon cutting event at the end of April. I'm anticipating that's going to continue. They may not have a ribbon cutting event, but they may have their grand opening. They're not going to stop on that because, again, they are a gasoline station. and they do supply food, so they would be part of the businesses that can stay open. So I'm making the assumption, and I could be wrong, John, you can confirm on that, that they're going to open on that April date towards the end of April. So that's not going to stop. Other than that, that's all I have to report. And again, I can't thank the mayor enough. He's been absolutely fabulous, updating us, keeping us in the loop of what's happening. So if you haven't gotten any of his emails, you got to get on his program. But again, he's been daily and he's been working very hard. And I can't thank you again, Chris. Great job.
Thank you, Mike. While we have Mike here and after now that he's had his report, does anybody have any more specific questions for Mike?
Yeah, Mike, are we setting a limit on the number of gift certificates they can purchase?
Yes, we were saying 2 because we don't, again, with the very good question, Chris. We were giving 50 gift certificates per eatery. So
Okay.
we don't want people ordering 10, 20.
Yeah.
Again, we're trying to be fair. We want it to go out to everybody, but it's 50 on the ones that are 15. They go out and purchase, and for 25. We're still working on the senior one, but the senior one's easy. I think we have 135 seniors, so we're coming out with 135 certificates on the seniors.
Okay,
Thanks, Chris.
you got it.
Anybody else for Mike? All right, thank you very much, Mike. Hearing none, we're going to move on to our finance report. And do we have a motion, please?
Yeah, we got to pay our bills. So I would like
Yeah,
to
we
make a motion. I'd like to make a motion to accept the total amount of payroll and invoices for the period of March 11th through the period of March 24th, 2020 in the amount of $1,220,000 and $470.59.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes,
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, based on what Apu had just mentioned, I did put on our Facebook Live feed the instructions for anyone who happens to be watching. If you would like to submit a question, you can jump on the internet, or you can even go from your phone and participate. The instructions are right there. Literally, you just have to click and you can be dialed in, or you can actually call and follow the prompts for the web ID, and then you can get in the queue to ask us questions during the public comment. Moving on to new business, there is no ordinances, but we do have some resolutions that I'd like to propose via consent agenda. I'm going to do this nice and slow, and if you have any, please let me know if you'd like any pulled. Resolution 2020-132. Resolution 2020-133. Resolution 2020-134.
I'll be abstaining from 134.
All right, so we'll pull that. Resolution 2020-135. Resolution 2020-136. And Resolution 2020-137.
Can you pull that? 'Cause I'm abstaining from that.
Sure. And I have a motion, please.
So I would like to make a motion to accept the following resolutions on consent agenda. Resolution 2020-132, Resolution 2020-133, Resolution 2020-135, Resolution 2020-136.
I will
I
second.
second.
Oh, there you go.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes,
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Resolution, do you want me to read the resolution, Mayor?
Please.
Resolution 2020-134. This resolution authorizes the refund of fees collected from the Recreation Department.
I would like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 2020-134 as read by Madam Clerk.
A second.
Okay.
Roll
Committeeman,
call.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Abstain.
abstain. Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 2020-137. This resolution ratifies and confirms the appointment of seasonal staff members at the Springfield Community Pool, Pool Day Camp, and Chisholm Playground Camp.
I move to adopt resolution 2020-137 as read by Madam Clerk.
Oh, so you're abstaining from it?
Yeah, but I can still motion it and then abstain.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure. Okay, I'll second.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Anyone have any discussion or action items that they wish to speak of?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I'm good.
All right. Anybody, excuse me, have any unfinished business?
No.
No.
Hearing none? No correspondence? Okay, now we're going to open up for comments from the public. Public can make a comment on any governmental issue. We're going to go through a queue right now. Everybody should be on mute. When I announce who it is, Apu will unmute your mic. You have up to 3 minutes to share what you would like to share with the Township Committee, and then the Township Committee can take it from there. So here is Barbara. Barbara, Apu, I just clicked her live. Barbara, are you there? She's still on mute.
I think she's muted on her end.
Okay. Barbara, you are now on. Do you want to unmute? I feel like I'm on a radio station or a radio talk show host.
All right, there, I unmute.
Hey, Barbara, I just need to welcome. I just need you to state your name and address for the record, please.
Okay, Barbara Rappaport, 50 Country Club Lane.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
What's your comments?
Okay, I was wondering if we could still have any documents notarized.
Yes.
I'm sure that could be arranged. If you were to give John Basicolo a call, or even the township clerk, certainly you could work that over the phone. I'm sure it was going to have to be a drop-off and pickup situation. Although it's also for a signature, I know you have to do that in person and they have to witness it. But I'm sure if you call Linda or John, they'd be more than happy to help.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I had
All
another.
right.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I had another question.
Okay.
I had a question about the pool. I'd like to know if we pay in advance and the pool doesn't open or there's a delay in the opening. Hi, Adam. I was wondering what will happen to the payment.
Well, I think I speak for everyone here and maybe everyone in the country when I say I hope that this is all over well before the summer begins. But if it does not, that's one of the things obviously we'll talk about and we'll adjust payments as so. Adam, you're not at this point, you're not collecting any payments yet for the pool, are you?
We actually are. We're encouraging those who may have started even in January to continue to register your children for camp, register for the pool. It's important, even now that we get an idea of who's going to be joining the pool, our revenue comes in, so we can continue our planning. But as you said, we'll address that issue, as we get a little bit closer. But we hope to have everybody come on back to the pool and some new residents in town join as well. So we have memberships coming in every day.
All right. So if anything does happen, I'm sure that, I know that in time, if there is a delay or there is, God forbid, it's closed, we will certainly make adjustments to payments where applicable. But we hope that we'll be open for this summer for sure.
Mayor, we're seeing on my end, from a corporate standpoint, a lot of the mortgage companies, insurance companies they're all working together to give some sort of reprieve in regards to payments being made. So it's going from a large corporation to a trickle-down company. Everybody's being fairly fair due to the situation. So.
All right, Barbara.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very, very much. Stay safe.
You too.
Okay, next we have Miss Jones. Miss Jones, if you wouldn't mind unmuting your mic and just state your name and address for the record, please.
Did it unmute? Yes, it did.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. All right, Wendy Jones, 158 Milltown Road. I will forego my usual question about the Pilgrim Pipeline ordinance and Sarah Bailey. But here's some homework if you're interested. We had a report from the head of the DPW that 10 people had sewer backups, and there's something you can do. Number one, I have already put in a claim with the Federal Trade Commission, and I intend to also put in a claim at the New Jersey, there's a New Jersey Consumer Agency. I'm not sure of the name, you'll have to look it up online. Okay. And the other one is the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau of the federal government. Also, I spoke to another lawyer, and she said the towns actually do have standing because you have to prove damage. Well, your equipment was damaged and by these wipes that say they're flushable. And the point of the claim is that it's fraudulent advertising. And also, your people were used to unclog something after hours, so I'm sure they're probably being paid overtime. So you have damages. So all the towns that this happens in could go onto these agencies and go after Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, and Kimberly-Clark. I'm not someone interested in confrontational stuff in courts. I once got the advice, stay out of the courts and stay out of the hospitals, and I agree with that. But this is not fair, and it's bad for the environment. And eventually they should make something that disappears because it's going to go in the garbage if it doesn't go in the sewer. And that's not good either because it's going to go in the landfill. So these corporations should not be doing this. And Federal Trade Commission has put one of these not a big one, but a small one, out of business. So this is a class action suit. So stay well. And this is something you can do so you're not so bored at home.
Thank you very much for the information, Ms. Jones. We do appreciate it. And please come back next meeting. And we would like to get the Pilgrim Pipeline on the agenda as well. And thanks for the tips. And we will certainly look into those. I don't see any more comments from the public. The only thing that I just want to say in closing is that, I do believe, as I mentioned at the top, that I think we're in this for the long haul. I think we really need to stay home. I think we need to heed the governor's warnings. I think we need to social distance. I think it's very important. I happen to believe that there could be many of us walking around right now without symptoms that certainly have the virus and don't know it. And we need to wait this out. I know that is maybe not the best news and then maybe not the easiest thing to do, but I'm imploring all of you to follow the governor's words and just stay home, be socially distant from each other, isolate, and we'll get through this together. Anyone else on the Township Committee have anything to say? Want to share?
No.
No.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I think there might be one other person from the public that's trying to get your attention. They use the raised hand feature instead of the Q&A feature.
I don't see the raised hand feature on my end. I have one that was anonymous, but I think we answered that question.
I believe you did. I'm gonna promote this person to allow them to talk if they can maybe announce their name and
Sure.
address for you.
Sure, absolutely. Hello?
Hello.
Miss Gerstenfeld, I believe it is. If you can unmute yourself.
Hi, I don't really have any question. Thank you.
I just need your name and address for the record, please. Oh, unless you don't want to speak, and that's fine.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I do not have anybody else here. So with that, unless anybody else has anything to say, I would like to call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very much, everybody, and thank you, Apu, Mullick, and Joe Voorhees for making this happen, technically and otherwise. And see everybody soon. Be safe, everyone.
All right. Bye.
You too. Thanks.